College basketball embodies competition and masculinity at the highest level. I recently had the opportunity to interview my friend Ofi Kalu, who plays basketball at San Francisco State University. I asked Ofi questions to get his perspective on several different sociological concepts that we learned about in class. The first topic that we'll talk about is masculine capital. Masculine capital, or man points, refers to the concept of value being assigned to men by their peers based on participation in traditional male activities. This can include things like liking cars, sleeping with beautiful women, as well as being very successful in sports.
I would say a manly man is a man who's masculine. A manly man would probably act macho, maybe a little bit like he's trying to flex, quote unquote. By flex, I mean he intends to show why he's better than everybody else. Yeah, that's probably. If someone wanted to gain masculine capital on the basketball team, they would first need to be intimidating. I say this because usually femininity isn't intimidating. I would also say that if you want to gain masculine capital, if you want to gain masculine capital on a basketball team, they would also need to be superior. Weak players or lesser players do not receive masculine capital. Sometimes yes, but other times not really. Around my friends, I can act like myself without being judged. But usually, when I hang out with other African Americans, I do feel pressured to act a little bit more black. In the African American community, if you don't act black, in a sense, they see you as a white guy or you're privileged. When that's the case, they do not respect you as much.
The next topic that we'll be discussing is hegemonic masculinity. Hegemonic masculinity is a concept that promotes the dominant social position of men and the subordinate social position of women.
I think that rates of domestic violence are higher amongst athletes because education isn't stressed amongst athletes, and athletes are praised more for their athletic ability rather than their intellectual ability. I think that women's college basketball gets less coverage than men's for a couple of reasons. One, because they can't dunk. In today's basketball, most people like to watch players who are more athletic. If you're more athletic, people tend to watch because you're more exciting. Personally, I'll feel comfortable with a female coach. I feel comfortable with anybody that will better me as a basketball player and an individual. Becky Hammond, a former WNBA and current San Antonio Spurs head coach, has had a lot of success as a player, and now she currently works for arguably the best NBA staff in the entire league.
The final topic that we'll be looking at is that of identity dynamics. Identity dynamics are a set of beliefs that it's one's biological and cultural destiny to play a certain sport and to play it better than others. Identity dynamics offer an explanation of why certain sports see higher representations of certain races. For example, African Americans are highly represented in the games of basketball and football, where sports like hockey are dominated by Caucasians.
Some of the athletes I enjoyed watching growing up was Dwayne Wade, one of my favorite players of all time. Tyreek Evans, a player who made me really enjoy watching the Kings, and highlights of Magic Johnson when he was with the Showtime Lakers. Basketball was really accessible to me when growing up because I had tons of parks close to where I lived, so all I ever had to do was grab a basketball and go and shoot. Um, and if I wanted to bring a friend, I'd call up a friend that lived in the neighborhood, ask them if they wanted to go shoot with me. The parks nearby. Yes, growing up, people thought I was good at basketball, but really, I'm okay. I I kind of struggled to dunk. I wasn't really like super athletic, but yes, to answer your question, whenever I go out, people think I'm just like a crazy athlete because I'm black. But I mean, I'm okay, I guess.
In conclusion, we have learned about the concepts of masculine capital, hegemonic masculinity, and identity dynamics. We also gained deeper understanding on how these concepts relate through an actual college athlete. Although there are many problems with college basketball, sociological analysis of these issues allow us to open the discussion about possible solutions.